I genuinely don't think I've ever watched a 1-0 win where the game was so one-sided. Southend absolutely battered Scunthorpe at Roots Hall, created enough chances to win the game 3 times over, and somehow walked off having only won by a single goal. Normally at 1-0 with 10 minutes left, I'm sat in my seat at Roots Hall, waiting for some ridiculous deflection to ruin my afternoon. But this time, I was strangely calm, because Scunthorpe just couldn't get the ball off us. This was a game I was much more excited to watch compared to Altrincham away the week before. We'd beaten Oldie, but Scunthorpe had beaten us home and away last season and then also knocked us out of the playoffs, so this was a much better test of whether Dye's flair football was actually going to stand up against a team that is physical, and quite happy to watch the game go ugly. What really impressed me was the intensity. We weren't just having loads of the ball for the sake of it and making the fans fall asleep from the constant passes around the back. We are moving it forward quickly, swapping positions, and constantly giving Scunthorpe something else to think about. Baron Oldacre was ridiculous. Honestly, I'm running out of ways to describe this bloke after just 2 games. He somehow always guides out of situations that look impossible and then picks the exact parts you wanted. There was one moment where 2 players came towards him, and rather than panicking, he rolled it through a player's legs and came out unscathed. The composure is ridiculous, and he's already looking absolutely fundamental to how Dyer wants this team to play. And alongside him, there were good performances pretty much everywhere. Oyabade was superb on his first competitive start. He can carry it forward and actually break a line. I think Goodliff deserved a mention as well, because I've given that man plenty of stick in the past. I thought he was excellent this game. Strong defensively, composed, and he even played a part in the goal by stepping forward and helping start the move. The goal itself was a really good example of what this Southend side is trying to do. It wasn't some random hopeful cross or a defender lumping it into the mixer and hoping Harry Cardwell could just magically grow its neck by 10 inches. Goodliff progressed the ball forwards, it went into Kamara, and suddenly you've got pace, movement, and bodies attacking the space. Tomorrow played a lovely ball into Cardwell's path. Cardwell's effort was saved, but Papula followed it in calmly. And I do actually want to talk about Cardwell because he's becoming a really interesting part of this team. He didn't score, but I thought he was pretty good. He never stopped running, constantly closed down their defenders and keeper, and repeatedly forced them into hurried clearances, helping us keep the ball out of our own half. Then you've got Papula and Kamara flying down the wings. That's one of the biggest changes I've noticed already. We have actual pace out there. Players who receive the ball and think, I'll have him, not, I'll pass backwards and wait for somebody else. Papula took his goal brilliantly, and Kamara was constantly trying to run at his defender, even when success looked unlikely. I'd much rather watch a young winger attempt something ambitious and occasionally get it run than play it safe for 90 minutes, and I'm sure you all feel the same. Now, the one thing that did drive me mad, the finishing. For goodness sake, lads, we should have won this by 3 or 4. Scunthorpe's goalkeeper kept them in the game, but we also had opportunities where the players themselves will just know they should have done better. Kendall hit the post, Cardwell had chances, and there were several other moments where we got ourselves into brilliant positions and then didn't quite finish the job. We've scored 4 goals in 2 games and created quite a lot, but it is something to watch, because we're not going to be playing the same teams week in, week out. There will be games where the opposition gets one good chance and puts it away, and if we've created 5 and only scored 1, suddenly we're walking away wondering how on earth we've drawn, or even worse, lost. The other obvious weak point was the set pieces. Some of our corners were, to put it politely, adventurous. Honestly, the corners looked like one of those school group presentations, but no one had practiced for. It was all over the place. This is definitely something that needs looking at in training for future games. The biggest positive for me though isn't actually the 3 points. It's that we completely controlled a game against a team that's supposed to give us a top physical battle. We matched them, moved the ball quicker than them, and just run them into the ground. Roots Hall had over 8,600 people in it, and the atmosphere was absolutely bouncing because supporters can see what's happening. We're enjoying football again, and after the last few years, honestly, I'll take that all day. But honestly, boys, just stick some more of these bloody chances away. I'd quite like to watch the last 10 minutes without clinging to my seat like I'm on the front of a roller coaster. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel and join us for more Southend United content. Drop your thoughts in the comments as well. What did you make of this somewhat thrashing of Scunny? Thanks for watching, and as always, up the shrimpies.